Hey everybody, I'm Sush Kitten, and even though we are getting started late today, I still don't know what we're doing. So, we're gonna kind of wing it here. I think I have like kind of an idea, but it's not, you know, I just I want to work on perspective because I'm bad at it. So that's like my idea. That's my whole idea. And I was kind of thinking, so uh I have a friend who is like an art guy, and he is very good at like the looks down at you pose. I'm not sure if it was just like you know how some people are just really 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 good at like one pose, and they can take like any character or person or whatever. It's like the looks down at you at my phone pose that they can do like so well. And it kind of got me thinking that like maybe just drawing like some very exaggerated um kind of phone lens style characters would help me work on perspective, maybe. So the idea here is I'm gonna look up some references, uh, just of poses, and uh, we're just gonna draw cute anime ladies, but like really exaggerated on purpose, you know? So we're gonna go and use my favorite freaking reference site today. Mm, I need to drink more coffee, I guess, guys. I haven't drank very much of my coffee. So, I guess we are not caffeinated enough to be, doing the intro yet. My bad. I can hear it. I was so worried about my mic, and I think the box ghost is right, and my big problem is I'm freaking quiet at the beginning. I just don't talk loud enough because it's getting started, and I'm getting started, and woo, energy. But I will do my best. Honestly, I should just get up earlier, probably, but I sleep bad, so we could also do animals, but I feel like we would have to pick an animal, and I don't really want to pick one. I guess if we're doing people, we're picking one anyway, so you know, that works. Uh, let's see. How long should I give myself on these? I want to do a few of them, but I also want to take more time on these. Uh, because I do want to try at least to make this like a real practice thing. I know, poop. Uh, and because we are on line of action, uh, they have a lot of really nice little filter thingies for us to use for our references. So I'm gonna go And we're gonna do only adult ladies. I'm gonna take the nude models out. Not that it matters for you guys, because we wouldn't draw them anyway. But well, I mean, like, I would draw clothes on them for you guys. Unfortunately, that is how the internet works. ATM here. So, we are though gonna do some 5 minutes of those, I think. And we'll see if we can get some perspective things in. So the point here, and I am gonna try and tip this just a little bit, uh, because I want you guys to have really a flat perspective of my sketchbook so that it's not is perspective practice. It'll look weird. Anyway, um but so I think really the point and what I have gotten from my friend who is very good at this is that you really have to take just like a point in space and kind of just move things around it, right? Um so instead of So, like, what I usually try to do is I try to, in my brain, kind of tilt all of the individual pieces. And my friend said that that is a big, complicated mess and throw that out. So I'm gonna trust him. And he says, usually when I have talked to him about this, that you have to take a point in space and, and move stuff like towards or away from like a point instead of trying to move all of the individual things, which seems like it should work. So, right now we have I'm just gonna draw a little basic gesture for you guys of what she's doing just flat. So, she's got like her hands on her hips, she's kind of doing like a stand on one leg. That's what our model is actually doing in a flat perspective. So I'm gonna try and warp it so that she looks like she's taken a picture from her feet. So we gotta have the head be very small because it's way up here at the top, and then as it comes towards us, the figure gets more exaggerated, and the frame of our model gets kind of like stretched and bowed. And then big foot. That's stuck. Okay. Well, you know what? I do really like line of action, and maybe I will still use some of these models, but maybe we're not even here yet. So cross this out. There you go, guys. Even people who get paid for art sometimes can stink real bad. That stunk. No, nobody even look at that. That was bad. Okay. We are, however, still gonna try this, but I'm gonna go and look up some references that are already warped perspectives so that I can look at them because shoot. No, but if you guys really are good at perspective and have some tips for me, or like uh an online class or something, I don't know. Uh Go ahead and just send it my way somehow or another, because I swear I don't understand how big warped perspective works. Sorry, my throat sounds real bad. It is, yeah, the trees are finally dying. So I can I can anticipate being able to breathe soon. But while they're dying, ugh, my lips are chapped and my face is full of garbage and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So sometimes guys, you if you look up like a specific type of like modeling or posing or something, you can find like sets of images, but I'm not really finding that. So we are gonna go over to Pinterest and I'm just gonna look up women images warp perspective upward. And I'm gonna put lens at the end there. Well, lens did not make it better. Sometimes we can be wrong. See, that's another thing that I think is really hard about like warped perspective images. I feel like that's a category of images it's just kind of hard to find good references for. I don't know if it's just like they're all paid for stock photos and I'm not allowed to touch them or whatever. It's just it seems like there are a lack of good references for that. Hmm. Pinterest does seem to have a couple though. Okay, so what was my big issue here? Okay, so I think my big issue was I was still trying to keep the perspective of the original model too much, right? Like I scribbled it out so you can't see my mistakes, which was silly of me, but we'll just pretend that you guys can see kind of what I did still. And so like in a person, there are certain segments that are like certain amounts apart, right? Like, and I kept kind of those same proportions trying to do the top down thing. And I did stretch it a little, but not very much. When you're doing these looking down poses, it looks like it looks like people usually are stretched way more than I think they are, like that, even like little teeny tiny head and the shoulders are like way up here, and then like kind of maybe the torso, and then most of it looks like is the legs when you do this. So it'd be like, yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, let's try again. Ugh. That's all you can ever do, guys. When you stink. Stinking is the first part at not stinking eventually. Okay, let's try again. So, we want to do I just I quit the line of action session because I was upset at how bad that was. So we're gonna do another one. Um, cool. And okay, great. This one is already kind of foreshortened for me. So for this one, we have, I mean, not very much, but a little bit. Enough that it'll make it easy for me to tell what I'm doing, I think, hopefully. So this one, we have a lady sitting and she's kind of looking behind her and that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing is she's just kind of sitting here looking back. So, I think in this, and actually, I think doing these little line dashy thingies, I don't know what it was about that, but something about that made my brain really happy. So I think I'm gonna try that again. Um, and kind of just mark some guidelines on for reference. So this is kind of how it's spaced out, and I think if we just space it more like this, right? Then it's gonna look like the face is really just coming back at us, right? And then little foot. It'll be like big fisheye lens, kinda. I think. I think that's how this is gonna work. Here, I'll draw it a little bit bigger. And then we'll see if we can get kind of a quick gesture in for it. Okay, so we're gonna have big head section coming down over some shoulder that is kind of like pulling back into floor, which is further away. So then as this comes closer to the camera, it's gonna get bigger. Nope. Still bad. Still bad, guys. Okay, well, I don't like her head. I didn't do her head right in this one. Uh, but we do have a minute left, so maybe I will try one more time. Okay, so we have head, the shoulder is, but then it's getting small because it goes away from the camera. There's another little hand right here. And her butt is getting kind of small as it goes away from the camera. And then we're really zoomed in on her face. Okay. I mean, that one's not the worst. Still certainly not good, but it is way better than that one. Way better than that one. So that's improvement, kind of, sort of. Okay. Enough with that pose, I guess, cuz our reference has changed, which means our time is up. That's how the line of action works. Action. Something like that. Okay, but also we did get kind of a more of a pose that was like our references, because this is kind of the opposite of our references. I was looking more at references like this, where it's the bottom of the image that is being uh inflated, right? Like but for this one, our actual reference is kind of just like sitting. We've got foot on the floor, hands on the legs. So, I think with this one, it's going to be a lot easier to take this kind of thing that I did before and just really exaggerate that so that we are looking at the bottom of the figure, I think. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna move down here because paper space. Okay, so I'm gonna just draw the figure down here again one more time. So it's closer to where I'm drawing. And because I'm stalling a little bit. But it's okay. And then we've got hands. Okay, so then we want to make this really exaggerated. And then I think I actually put it too close. So I'm gonna scoot it. Uh right over to about here probably. Okay, so we want to really like squish this then. And then so we gotta kind of keep the shoulders kind of in, and then I think about the torso, like the bottom of the torso is where things start really getting exaggerated, and then once we get to like the bottom of the legs, that's where we are basically taking up the width of the lens, I think, is the point. And then another leg. And okay, that's not terrible. That's not the worst. It's definitely better than the other ones. Oh, our reference changed. Okay, well, what are we doing now? Because I don't want to do that one. I'm gonna skip a couple of these. Until I find one that is gonna work more with our pose idea. A lot of these are kind of like actiony. I mean, it's line of action, so a lot of these are kind of like actiony gesture poses, and some of them are really good for this. But I want to get maybe we'll just stick with the Pinterest references for now until I get a lot of bit better at this. So let's see. What if we? Okay, so I think a lot of these end up being just kind of like Instagram model type photos, but also unfortunately on Pinterest, I think a lot of these images are not credited properly, so I wouldn't recommend using these images for anything like official or like using the actual content of these images for anything, but I'm just using them as drawing references. Uh, so if I do see a big tag model credit or something on one of these, I will say something about it, but usually there isn't one. Unless you go and like search for it a little bit, which unfortunately I don't really want to do. So, see, I'm having this problem where I'm not totally sure how I go from getting it to look just like my characters have big legs to, you know, to like they looking down. I mean, I think this is definitely closer than this, but I don't know. Hmm. And maybe it's just context, like maybe, but also some of the, I don't know, guys. I don't know what's wrong with it. We're gonna keep trying until it gets better, but I think maybe it's not gradual enough. Maybe it's like I'm exaggerating too much in sections now. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe I'll sit and stare at it and drink my coffee a little bit. Uh, And we'll see if we can figure out what's wrong. Because, yeah, I guess maybe it's just not, like, continuous enough. Hmm. Excuse me for chewing on my lip there. I have to use some chapstick because, in case you guys didn't hear, the trees are finally dying, but it's killing me. Not literally, but like, my allergies are really bad. Like, real bad. Oy. My nose is a little bit red, I think. But then they'll be dead, and then I can breathe. It'll be lovely. Do you guys get to breathe where you live? That's cool. I will appreciate it when it's back. Ugh, ugh, ugh. But right now my nose is so stuffed up with garbage. I think that is it. I think it just has to be more continuous that I'm doing. Like I'm kind of drawing like segments now, I think. And it has to be even more continuous. Like that, maybe? That one looks alright, doesn't it? I think. Maybe. Kind of. I don't know. Hmm. Maybe this was a bad idea, guys. I'm having I'm having second thoughts about this one. Hmm. 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 Well, you know, I gotta go use the toilet anyway, so I think I'm gonna go do that, and I will be back, and I'll let you guys stare at all of my drawings, and you guys can tell me if you find something really obvious for me to do, or even not so obvious if you're like cool and you have good creative criticisms about art or something, like a person, I don't know. Um yeah, if you guys have something that's wrong with these that you can see, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, I will think on that for a second. I'm gonna go use the toilet. I'll be back. Uh Hopefully the weather holds. It seems to be okay. The rain seems to have let up a little anyway. So we'll see. And I will see you guys back in just a minute. Okay, okay. Here, guys. We are gonna come stare at my face for a second while I turn my sketchbook pages because I don't want you guys to have to stare at my sketchbook moving around, but I think my issue is in fact that I have too much freaking segmentation going on. Okay. Let me just mark out on my page where whoops, where we're at here. And in case you're worried, we were at the bottom of a page from something else. If somebody reminds me, I can show you guys in a bit what was on the top of the other page. Is a little missile in a pumpkin. I know spooky month is over, but I drew a pumpkin with the missile in it anyway. Hmm. Okay. I don't even know, guys. I don't know. Was I being too ambitious with this one? Sometimes we pick things that we are not ready for. This might be one of those times. I don't know. I I am staring at these references. Somebody was saying I have a 2D brain, and that is so true. And that makes, I think, specifically this perspective activity super difficult and super fascinating for me. Because I don't get it. uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying a little bit, guys, and if we don't have something kind of alright here at some point soon, maybe I will just I just pick something else for us to draw for the end so that at least you guys have like something from me for today. Surely nobody wants to sit here and watch me draw flops all day. That would be, I don't know. I guess that would be fine too, but I would feel bad if I sat here and drew flops all day. Hopefully we can get one of these to come out. Okay, so what about okay, so this one we have somebody holding a sledgehammer, I guess, and it's kind of warped so that you can see the sledgehammer and their big heeled boots. That's cute. I like this one. Um, Maybe that means my brain will figure it out. Okay, so we said we had to be more continual, so I'm gonna try not to draw so many little frickin' segments. Uh, boy, boy, boy. I don't know why I keep making that frickin' noise. I think, I think somebody in my house made it one time and now everybody does it. 'Cause we are all very neurotypical people in my house, every single one of us. Yay. Nobody catches social tics like the plague here. That would be crazy. Okay, and then like I said, there are some big heeled boots and they're kind of at like a weird angle so you can see like the front of them ish. But it's like front and curved and then it's got like little boot buckles coming across it. And then the leg is kind of just like coming out like that. That's not terrible. That one doesn't stink. Okay, can I make the other leg not stink? I think the idea was that I found the bigger and the smaller points and I connected them. So maybe I can do that again. Okay, okay, that didn't stink. That's not terrible. It's not the worst. Guys, maybe I did it. Maybe I did it a little bit on that one. All it took was some cute little MB person on Pinterest with a sledgehammer and boots and a beard. And the nails did. I don't know who this person is, but oh wait, there's a little TikTok thingy on this one. I don't not accuse art. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. It's like not a QUES and then art, not a case art. I don't know. But good photo. This is a good pose reference. Um, thank you, person on uh Pinterest, re-uploading this person from TikTok. But yeah, that's a good reference photo. I think that one really didn't come out bad, guys. I also think that that was a good idea to kind of like frame up the image and then draw the small part and the large part and then kind of just like connect them. That did make a little more sense to my brain somehow. Um Probably is going to give us a lot of space to screw up real bad, but we can fix it. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Also, I would let you guys watch my references with me, but this particular pose happens to be a bit scandalous on the internet every once in a while. And I don't want to get little yellow marks on any of my accounts cuz that would be sad for me. Uh I try hard not to get those and then sometimes I get them anyway just cuz I'm a character. But like whatever, it's fine. Um People are stinky sometimes, but it's okay. I should have stretched better when I stood up, guys. My back is doing a number on me. Oh, and I was feeling so much better because of those. I told you guys I took that round of like antibiotic stuff. Uh, for supposedly feeling better after going to the doctor for like a bunch of years, and I totally was until like a week ago. So Ishmeh, there it is, there it happened. But like, who knows? Maybe it can happen again. Okay, see, if we just connect the sections, if we just do the top and the bottom first, that that really doesn't even look terrible. I'm not gonna say anywhere near as good as my friends, but you know, we're getting there. I want him to be impressed with me, cuz he's like super like he he is also a very neurotypical person. And he I'm almost certain that his special interest is art because he is so good. Uh, and he's more just the tism spectrum, so he doesn't have to bounce around to lots of random crap. He can just do art all day, which is lovely for him. And I am a little jealous, but also, grass is always greener type crap. Uh, but he is super good at art, and I always know that if he tells me that I did something pretty eye, that it's pretty eye. Okay, guys. Okay, look. The method is working. I think we have to take the whole frame. We have to break it up into the little bit and the small bit. I think that is the method. Hi. We are trying to figure out how warp perspective works today, and I think you have tuned in just in time to hopefully watch me figure it out. I think we're getting it. Uh and thank you for the first time chats. Those are always fun. Um okay guys, I think if we get okay, I want to try doing. I know every time so far I've tried doing one on my own, it has been terrible. But we're going to try one more time, I think, cuz I am confident of the new method. Thank you. Thank you. The cats are so cute. Uh, they are off sleeping somewhere else today, so this is the cat cameo pic from last week, but we're gonna keep it. Nice, nice. I think two is my limit. I thought one was my limit, and then one showed up on my porch, so you know, I'm pretty sure two is my limit. Uh, Knock on wood, because I don't. Yeah, I don't have it. Yeah, no. My house is small, but uh, they are so sweet when they're not destroying everything. Both of my cats are boys, so they are a little rambunctious. This is rare picture of them both being chill at the same time. Oh gosh. I am almost certain the one that showed up on my porch is one of like probably dozens that a pair of strays have produced about my neighborhood. So I'm sure that more will appear at some point and have appeared, and we see kittens on our walks sometimes, and my neighbors, I think, kind of just feed them outdoors and don't do anything about that. And I would trap and release them myself, except for that I think my old people neighbors might get a little peed off at me. And I live in a place where they can get angry with me with weapons in their hands, and I'd just rather not. That just seems a little bit silly of me to put myself in that position over some cats. Yeah. But but yeah, I'm almost certain that there are plenty of kittens about if I decided to were not my maximum. However, uh I don't think I need any more cats. Two is plenty. I don't know if you guys have heard throughout the stream some little bird noises or whatever. Uh as I told you before, it's raining, or I guess it was raining. It's not anymore. It was raining pretty good. So there have not been birds about. That is my television playing bird noises for my cats so they don't come and like destroy my office while I'm working. Uh 'Cause they love everybody, and if anybody is like here, like at the house and also kind of busy, they will hone in on that and they will be like, "Oh, so you're playing, right? You want to come play like with us, right? Like with us right now, cuz you're playing like so we're playing with you, right? Like that's what's happening." Um and yeah, it can get a bit much. Yeah, I'm sure lots of people do it cuz I stole it from somebody else as a tip off the internet cuz I bought them. Oh, see, they thankfully have not chewed through any cords completely. Um, but my rescue from outside does chew on my Ethernet cable a little bit sometimes, and I have to distract him. Um, or the thing that they really like to do is my Ethernet cable is kind of long and kind of strung along like some door frames and stuff with like pins. And the pins were all just originally like some little um what are they called? Like command strip like tabs, and then they just ended up pulling off like 3 or 4 of those, and now they have pulled enough of them off of like just the bottom corner of my office door that I don't actually have any more that are the glue command strips, and I'm gonna have to put like an actual like a little uh, like a what are they called, like a little plastic cap or something there so that they can have a lot harder of a time pulling it out, because yeah, it's a deal. Thankfully, uh, yeah, they broke a bunch of cheap ones, but thankfully I finally went, well, I guess I need it for work, and I spend plenty of time on the computer for not work. I might as well just shell out a little bit of extra money and make sure my internet works and that my cats can't destroy the cable instantly. So now I have a kind of a nicer cable from big Best Buy store. Hmm. And I'm just stalling right now, guys, because I am looking for something in my Pinterest that we can warp. I'm sure there is. I have a bunch of different boards in my thing, so I'm sure there is something in here that is worth warping. Oh, you know what? What if we just I have kind of some so the idea here is that I am bad at perspective. I will explain uh briefly. So the idea here is I'm bad at perspective, and I would like to be better, and our previous attempts so far have been kind of trash. Uh so brief recap is I am trying to take something like just a normal reference pose, uh and then kind of make it look like we took the picture from the bottom, right? So that it ends up being like a very squished thing, right? Like it looks like it's coming out at you. Yeah. But I'm also really terrible at perspective. So far, I think this one right here has been our best attempt, which is not exactly awe-inspiring, but we're gonna try again, because I think I found just kind of like a basic stands there pose. And this one is a drawing already, but I think it's not gonna matter, just because I'm just gonna use the pose. I'm not actually gonna use any of this drawing itself. Um, does it have a little tag on here somewhere? I could say who drew our pose. No, of course it doesn't. Thank you, Pinterest. Well, sorry, whoever drew this pose. I would give you credit, but it's not on here. Uh, I'm sure plenty of people have drawn this pose, but anyway, I think I'm gonna see. So right here, what we did before was I took the little smallest bits, which I think for this is gonna be like the head and the little hand sticking up and the shoulders. Yeah, some people are really good at perspective, and then uh it's just not me. I we were talking about this last week, but I have just like very detail oriented brain space, so I get like 2D stuff really really well, but photography I'm sure is really helpful. I also do some photography, but even like in real life, like I have bad depth perception, so I'm sure that that does not help. Like I just kind of see things a lot flatter. I just kind of perceive them a lot flatter generally. Uh, so perspective in general is a little bit harder for me to just like intuit. I have to put a lot of practice into it. Uh, into it. And then the thing that we did with this other one though is we took the bottom of the frame and we did the biggest part first. So I'm gonna take the legs and just bring them all the way out here first. And then we can kind of bring the knees in. Yo, okay guys, wait, that doesn't look terrible. That was not the worst. And then we kind of bring the jean tears. That one, that one came out pretty good, honestly. I don't hate that. And we can kind of have like the shirt flapping off the sides. I think though, I think this needs to come closer together. Okay, let's do a couple more because I am feeling way better about this than I was 20 minutes ago. It's amazing what practice will do for you guys. A sigh. I'm so bad at practicing, like, just basic nonsense like this, guys. I will literally sit here and be like, I'm bad at perspective. I don't want to practice that crap. And then, yeah, I'll practice for like, what has it been? An hour and a half or something. And, it'll be all better. All better. Bleh. Sorry. Hmm. Okay, see, I understand that you are trying to be helpful, but also my point is that my problem is I can't imagine that. Like I am just genuinely quite bad at like taking images and stills and things in my brain and like affecting them physically. Like like if I like if I imagine doing stuff like that in my brain, it's almost more like puppeting. It's usually very movement based and very like two-dimensional um and based on like points of movement. and not necessarily like physical space, right? Uh like the imagery in my brain just isn't as depth based, right? Like it doesn't have um yeah, depth was a good word. It doesn't have as much depth. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of doing the triangle bit at the beginning for just like the whole of the pose. But yeah. Yeah, I am oh, trust me. Here. We can go back a second. You can see this is where we started. So I do get that the idea. I'm just genuinely quite terrible at it. This is like mega improvement from when we started. Uh I think I did find another kind of just standing here pose that we're gonna do. Thanks. I also think it's looking a lot better. I was when I started out, I was a little bit worried we were just gonna draw a bunch of a bunch of actual garbage today. And every once in a while that's fine, but I would have felt bad for you guys sitting here watching me draw only garbage. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna try and draw it just a little bit bigger and spend just a little bit more time on it. And then if it comes out okay, I think maybe we'll do like one real perspective piece maybe. Um Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how my confidence looks after this next one. Uh so for the actual pose, I'm just gonna sketch like a little thumbnail of the actual pose. I have absolutely no idea, but hopefully nothing terrible. Okay, so the actual pose is just kind of like stands here, holds jacket. Um, and I may or may not draw this little overcoat thingy. And then she got kind of like swoop hair. Is there credit for this one? Nope, not a single credit. Oh, heyo. Ah, that is getting later. It is not nearly that late for me. Oh, and everybody got to hear that a bunch of times because I apparently have my speakers on somehow. My headset has not been on this whole time. Very epic. Sorry if you guys have been listening to other silly little nonsense noises. Well, thank you for tuning in. It was nice to have the new people. Thank you so much for letting the little dopamine loop go off for everybody, even if everybody had to listen to it through my microphone. Sorry about that. Um, but thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate all the engagement, guys. It's very nice of you. And hopefully in return I can get this little pose to turn into a mountain. Ah, yeah, well, go right ahead and get some sleep. And if you want to check this out, there's always VODs and whatnot. And we appreciate you guys showing up. Oh gosh, am I gonna sneeze? Ah! I'm not even gonna sneeze. That's worse, almost. Eh. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm gonna go blow my nose. I will be right back. Okay, cool. We are back, I think. My hair is a mess, but I think it's been a mess this whole time, so it's fine. Now it's just a mess and also sticking out of my headset. Okay. So let's see if we can pull this off, guys. And then if we can, I will do one real piece for you so we can finish this off on a less terrible trash goblin note than we started it on. Um okay. So, way up at the top, we want to have a little tiny head. Little tiny head this very look down on you. And it's coming out to the shoulders. And then we want it to be framed like right here at the bottom. And the leg is kind of coming over the other one. Kind of like right here. And that's going to be the biggest part. Okay. Okay, so then we have kind of like an action line here in the center. I swear, guys, I swear this is gonna work. I promise. I'm not promising. I lied. This don't hold me to that. This might not work, but we're gonna try really hard. And then it's kind of pinched, and then this is where it starts kind of really warping really bad, right? And then it comes out to here. Okay, that that side doesn't look terrible. Can I make the other side line up? Maybe. Then it comes out. Wait. Yeah. Okay. So this one is in the front, so it comes out like that. And we have a little thing in like that. This one comes out a little bit. It's kind of like tucked behind there. Is that not terrible? That might not be terrible, guys. Wait. That might not be the worst. That might have kind of worked. And then we have our little arms out. What if we even did the jacket, guys? What if we even do the jacket? What if it happens? And it kind of comes out like this. Guys, I think we're getting it. I think it's working. It's crazy, you know, practicing stuff when you're bad at it and like actually still practicing. It stinks, but unfortunately, it does work sometimes. And I cannot tell you how many times I have tried probably almost exactly this and it hasn't worked. So, this is an exercise in insanity right here, guys. Because look at that. That almost looks like really freaking good. And my reference is like this, guys, this time. It's like it's not this, it's this. So I did that one all by myself. I'm feeling a little bit cool. Sorry, my phone is going off. I'm gonna figure out why. I'm sure it's scam nonsense because of Tuesday, but yeah, it's just scam nonsense because of Tuesday. It looks so good, guys. I think we're gonna have to do a big one. I think we're gonna have to do a whole one. Because I did this one all by myself. It doesn't even look terrible. And the stream hasn't died, so it has to be a sign. I really was expecting the stream to die a little bit today. The rain was coming down. It's not really anymore, but it certainly was when I started. It was hailing, actually. Like, little pea-sized hail. Which is crazy, because, it took so long to get cold here. It's probably not cold enough for the hail to, hit the ground and do anything, but probably means it's like 40 something out. I didn't know, I didn't look. I could look on my phone. It's 40 something. Fahrenheit, not Celsius, cuz I am a USian. Okay, guys, I think we do have to do a real one and make it come out as nice as this one, and I'm going to do it like right here. And oh gosh, now I'm so nervous. I'm like, you guys don't even know. I've been trying to get this to work in my brain for actually so long. Um I have tried a million and two different little types of dashes and draw a mountain and look at the sky, and it has not worked. But draw the tiny bit and draw the big bit and connect them. That does seem to be working for me a little bit. To just have those points of reference for my flat brain, my little smooth brain. There's not enough depth in my brain for me to get perspective. No wrinkles. Uh, for me. Okay, guys, we're gonna be a little ambitious here, and because of that, I'm gonna scoot the sketchbook down so that we have more space. So if you don't want to look at the sketchbook moving, look away, because I'm gonna move the sketchbook now. Dun dun dun. I'll tell you guys when I'm not moving it anymore, and you're not gonna get motion sick and die from the motion sickness. Have people actually died of motion sickness? I keep making that joke, but is that, I know people have died of like falling over and stuff, but I mean, like, of motion sickness itself, maybe. I mean, it's like, sure. I mean, surely somebody has. Anyway, um, okay, we're gonna be a little ambitious here, guys, because I found uh a picture of two girlies sitting next to each other, looking very cute. And so maybe we're gonna draw two people in this one, and we're gonna make them both kind of warp together? Maybe? That sounds a little bit ambitious, but if I can do this, guys, maybe I can just draw this this perspective, and maybe I can make my art friend go wow, which would be very cool. Mm, yeah, true. Well, don't if you got epilepsy and you don't wanna look at my moving moving book for that reason. That's another reason to not look at my moving sketchbook. I do try to warn you guys if I'm gonna move stuff real quick, but I do just hit the camera and stuff sometimes on accident. So, sorry about any of that. Okay. Like I said, this might be a little bit ambitious, but I do really want to do this frame because it's very cute. And let me see. Is there possibly a tag for whatever this art is? No. I think this is an Amazon ad, technically. It says Amazon posted this, but it's just like two chicks standing next to each other in some clothes. Maybe it's, oh, you know what? I was gonna say maybe it's like a picture for some shorts or something, but I don't think. now that I've actually clicked on this image, these are not real ladies. These are definitely just like rendered ladies. But I'm still gonna use them as references for my pose. But I'm sure Amazon is not who I'm supposed to be crediting for this. So I don't know. I don't know who drew this, but or rendered it or whatever. But it's cute, and I'm gonna take the pose from it. Um, and they're just kind of standing here. One of them's got some long hair. They're kind of just looking down. I am gonna start that thumbnail over because I do not like the way that that looks flat, which means I'm gonna hate it when it's not flat. So, okay, let me try again. Alright. So she's just kind of standing here. She's got her hair kind of coming down. She's kind of holding her arm. And she's got her hip kind of tilted at this other girl, and she kind of looking down at the other girl. I think this one is going to be very cute in warped perspective. That's why I picked this one, by the way, guys. Because I think it's going to kind of look like they're looking down at each other and at us. I think it's going to be very adorable. And then this hip was kind of out a little bit, and then this other Coralie is just kind of standing here, and her arm is out a little, and she just kind of standing here, and she kind of looking over. And she has shorter hair, so we're gonna give her just like a little floof. And then her other arm is tucked behind her, so that's easy enough. Alright. So that's kind of our thumbnail, and yeah, it's a cute pose. Okay. I'm gonna drink some water and stall for a second because I'm super nervous about doing this. I think there is a chance it might work, and if it works, I'm gonna be really excited, but also there is a chance this is going to be very, very bad. And then we can all laugh. At me, not with me. So, just so you know. Okay. Okay, guys, surely we can do this. Maybe. Probably not. uh this really is an exercise in insanity, guys. I cannot tell you how many times I have tried to get literally this pose to work. It is kind of insane that draw the top and then draw the bottom and then draw the stuff in the middle is the thing that's working for me. Um that makes no sense. I cannot. Nope. But I guess it's just the points of reference. I just need the points of reference. So we will see. We will see if maybe with some little points of reference and some big points of reference I can get these two cute girlfriends standing next to each other by random unknown person from Pinterest. Uh Again, this is labeled as an Amazon ad. I'm certain that this is that's if it is who I'm supposed to be crediting, I guess I've said it twice now, but I can't imagine that is who created this. Um but maybe. Who knows? There's no one else to credit for it, so shrug. Okay, well, surely I've stalled long enough, right, guys? Surely you guys are gonna get upset if I stall much longer, so I will try. I will try and do it. We're gonna put the pencil on the paper. We're gonna draw the little tiny heads. We're gonna draw the big thick thighs, and then surely, surely I can connect them. We'll try. Okay, so I want to take up a decent size of this paper, so I'm gonna frame the two heads kind of here in the middle, and we're gonna kind of put them. And I don't need to draw them as small as they are in the thumbnails, even though they are very warped perspective. You know what? Maybe we'll draw. What if we draw the bottoms first? Because at least for the bottom, we have a really uh noticeable section where we know we want to fill it up, right? So uh we can have one thigh that's kind of coming in like right here. And then the other girl is crossing her legs a little bit. So we'll just have this one that's crossing over down first, and then like that. Okay? Okay, so then surely I can draw kind of like a divider line right here, right? Okay. Tiny little heads time, maybe? Okay. We have little head, little shoulders, and then some cute little floofy hair that's kind of coming off her ear like that. And I think it comes down her head a little bit more. Okay. And then for the other one, she's kind of looking down. So we're gonna see a little more full on her face, I think, right? And then I didn't really draw this other one's face very much, but she's kind of tilted up there. And she's also wearing a choker. And then for this one, she's kind of staring down. And her hair is kind of coming out in front of her shoulder. And it's kind of long. And it's flatter than I'm drawing it right now, but I can fix that in a minute. I just want to get the pose, and then I will light erase it and do it again, because I can tell already that these are gonna be messy sketches. And then she's got her kind of shoulder sticking out here. And then... Okay, so the tricky part with this one, guys, is I have to kind of make them... I have to kind of make them expand together, right? They have to widen at the same time. So, uh, that is why I said maybe this will come out like garbage and maybe I picked something that's a little ambitious, but we're gonna try it anyway. So, I'm gonna start with doing just like the left side of this one so that I can kind of see where this expansion is gonna be, and then I'm gonna try and kind of mirror it on this other figure. If that makes any sense. So, I'm gonna see if I can kind of bring this one like bigger and wider until we get to here. And this isn't actually like the knee or anything, I don't think yet. It is just the thigh part. So I think it's fine if I bring this actually and tilt it in more. Um, and then just kind of bring this line of action in like this, right? So then this is the thigh. I think that looks alright. So then I'm gonna try and take that and mirror it over on this side so that they are kind of, you know, what, like, so that it looks like a lens and not like I'm just drawing two people in different spaces, right? Because I think if I can do that, surely I can do anything. Okay, and then her hair does kind of come over her chest here, and then her other arm holds this arm. She's kind of got her hand like dangling over her leg, so we'll make this kind of grow so that it's hanging over her leg, right? That looks approximate size, right? I think. And then just bring, like I said, she is kind of leaning on her hip out this way. So if I just bring that hip over and pinch it a little bit right there, I think that kind of works. I think that kind of works. I think it doesn't look terrible yet, at least. So that's something. And okay. And I think if I can get this to kind of also gradually come out this other way, it's gonna really look like I I lens warped this one. So we will see, we will see. And I have to do this other hand kind of also getting a bit bigger and kind of just sitting here, pinky out. And then bring it in closer. Okay, guys, I am not hating this yet, which is encouraging. Uh, I promise, if you guys tell me you hate it, we can just go draw cats for the rest of the time, but, you know, I'm feeling alright about this still. That's kinda neat, guys. Okay, okay. And then, on this other side, we have to bring, we have, like, shorts. And I think actually I made this inner thigh curve a little too much. So I'm gonna fix that. Um, do you guys have enough wrinkles in your brains for perspective? Or or is this also impressing you guys? I'm impressing myself, so I feel good about that part, but impressing you guys would be cool too. I think this one is not quite that curved, and I think it's kind of more like just like that to bring it up over the other one. I think this comes out more. Well, that doesn't even look terrible, guys. It's not horrible. It's not that bad. That's so crazy. And then she has her other arm tucked behind her. Uh, you know what else I think would be really cool to do for you guys is if I could find a nicer way to stream my iPad to you guys without buying a whole computer um from Apple. Like I would totally do that. I'm just not 100% sure how I do that without buying a whole computer from Apple. Uh if you guys have been here when I streamed you my iPad before, that is like the most jank setup for that ever. Like I literally what I do for that is I call myself on like a voice call and then I stream my own iPad to my computer through the voice call, like a video call, and then I just stream that to my stream. So it's like a bunch of redundant nonsense, because I can't just stream my iPad screen. Um, So if somebody has a way for me to not do that and also stream you guys my iPad without buying a whole computer, like do let me know. That would be really cool. Okay, and then for this one, we're kind of leaning on our hip like that way. I think this one I messed up a little bit because I kind of have her weight, I think at the top, shifted onto this hip, even though in my model her weight is kind of shifted onto this hip and she's just looking that way. Um, but I think maybe it's late enough into the drawing that instead of changing that, I'm just going to adjust her hips so that she is actually leaning on that leg. Because I don't think it matters all that much, and I think it'll make the pose about the same. And then the drawing won't look so wonky. And I'm gonna erase some of these extra guidelines from her hips being the other way. There. Guys, they're looking down at us. They're doing it. They're looking down at us. I actually am a little bit impressed with this, guys. It's kind of crazy. And she got her little shirt on. And then this one is kind of like a mesh shirt. Guys, that's so good. It's coming out so good. Okay, I'm gonna part erase this, and then we're gonna draw over it again because I I think this is coming out so good, and I'm pretty sure that if I part erase this and draw details over it, this is gonna be like maybe one of my favorite pieces I've ever done, actually, because I have tried to get this pose to work so many times, guys. Actually, so many times. I'm so bad at perspective. I mean, you guys saw me when I was starting out 2.5 hours ago or 2 hours ago, because I think I got started kind of late. Um, I always get started kind of late. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just am bad at getting everything set up on time. It's it's terrible. I will like guys, if uh somebody if you are a person with some cute little spectrum disorders, a little bit of autism, a little bit of some deficit of attention regulation, such as myself, uh then you know if somebody tries to tell you that things are just the same, here is here is me doing that because I literally forgot where I was going with that. That's pretty much that's got to be just as good as whatever it was I was gonna say. I just completely lost my train of thought. Um, it's not that funny. It's not. Anyway, this pose, let's fix it. Frick. I was gonna say something cool and then I totally forgot what it was. We love it when that happens. But yeah, no, I have actually tried to get this to work so many times and it just has not for me in the past. Uh, but it does look like it's working now. It does. I genuinely don't even remember what I was saying. I'm sitting here trying to think of it now and I'm just drawing a big blank whiteboard. Uh, brains are wonderful. You would think I drank my whole cup of coffee, got all of my things in my system. But yeah, I'm I'm genuinely uh I'm usually really not good at giving a crap about practice and stuff cuz I get super bored with just like basic practice and then I end up doing like random crazy abstract doodles and those are fun. I'm not saying there's no place for those and if that's like your art style is random crazy doodles then go off. Like I'm not saying there's even anything wrong with that. It's just like I do actually like drawing like figures and things that are objects and people and nouns, you know. But I just don't I just don't I'm not good at practicing. Every time I try to sit and like actually practice anything basic like oh maybe that's where I was going with this with with that rant that I forgot. I think that was what I was saying with the rant that I forgot was that I'm so bad at basic practice, guys. And it's not like I don't want to. Like I can sit and be like I know that this is something that I am bad at and I actively want to improve and I know that I can if I sit and I practice and I even have gotten pretty decent at figuring out what is wrong. However, big freaking comma, semicolon even, whoops, shoot, is that I have I have a touch of the tism and a touch of the adiash and I just yeah, I can't focus on basic practice stuff for extended periods of time usually. It's really difficult for me. And if I don't get little improvements as I'm going, I mean, you guys saw me at the beginning. I was like, man, this stinks. Maybe I'll draw something else at the end so that you guys don't have to look at all this garbage. Like that's genuine, like that's not that's not me playing a character. That's just genuinely me being a little bit too critical of myself, but also yeah, I don't want to do basic practice when I know I'm bad at stuff because I don't want to look at me being bad at stuff. I am a human person. I am not uh one of those guys that has like big unearned confidence that you can't steal from them even if they fall in the mud. It's just not me. So I am so bad at practicing, really, really bad at practicing. And not in a way that is like, I don't want to practice. It's like, it physically is difficult for me to get myself motivated to do it. And then additionally, like, is emotionally painful to me to watch myself be bad, even if I know I'm improving. And so, like, I have done this exercise probably at least a dozen times where I just sit here and I look at little warped images and I try to get how perspective works. But because it's not intuitive in my brain, I don't want to learn it and it's hard. And so then my brain also makes it more hard because I don't want to learn it and doesn't create those pathways for me intuitively. Um, but I am very good at banging my brain against the wall until it breaks. So, I guess, you don't need wrinkles for everything. Um, and I think, I think this one, guys, it might be breaking. That would be really cool. I think it's gonna come out all right. At the very least, I think the base work came out pretty good, guys. I'm trying to remain optimistic side of neutral, you know? Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, something like that. Uh, sorry, I got like a little piece of eraser stuck in the lid. I was trying to get it out. But it might just be stuck. That's fine. I'll deal with it later. Okay. So I think I'm gonna start with this figure on the left because I had an easier time with that one, and I think if I get a little bit of confidence out of this first one, then maybe I can carry that over to the second one and make it look alright. So we have kind of like the Helen Parr Miss Incredible haircut going on this one. I have been referencing that a lot recently because I bought that skin in Fortnite because I am really cool at video games. I'm kidding. I had I play a lot of that game, guys. I don't know if you guys I know probably lots of people are gonna be real split on that one, but I play a lot of that game. I'm not really into like shooter games typically, but that one is like silly enough that it doesn't really feel like a shooter game. And so it's kind of like it feels kind of more like laser tag to me, and that is a way more enjoyable experience. Um and I do end up playing a lot of that. And they had all of the Incredibles characters and like the Fantastic Four and a bunch of other stuff. And so I had a bunch of free monies saved up. I didn't actually spend any monies. I had a bunch of well, free the free premium monies that you can get by spending way too much of your time on the game. Uh, I had a bunch of those, and then I spent some on Miss Incredible as a skin because I thought that would be fun, and it is. But she kind of got the haircut going on, and then she's kind of looking over. And I'm gonna redo those eyes a little bit. Because I think I made her bangs come like too much into her face. Ugh. I am so excited for Tuesday, guys. I already did all my things for Tuesday via the mail. Um, so well, via a Dropbox. I don't think it actually went through the mail because I used like a ballot box. But I am excited for Tuesday because my phone will stop going off with all these fucking freaking spam messages for Orange Guy telling me that it's really cool. It's really cool to vote on Tuesday for him though, for Orange Guy. Just if you're gonna vote for Orange Guy, you should vote. Um, but I also yeah, already did. Um, and I kind of like democracy, you know, so I didn't do that. I keep getting freaking spam crap on my phone though, still. So it'll be nice when that can stop. Are you guys also excited to stop getting spam crap on your phone, or are you mostly not here in the USA where you gotta get spam crap on your phone about it? I think most of you guys were not here in the USA where you have to get spam crap on your phone. Lucky butts. But I'm sure you guys get spam crap about other stuff, so it's whatever. Or actually, I don't even know. Is there like better policies on spam crap other places? Is that a thing? I don't even know. Or maybe you just have better systems on your phone for it someplace. And I just realized that I gave this chick some midriff too, but it's actually just this one. So we'll have to tuck her shirt back into her little jean shorts here. So that we're being character appropriate to our references here. And then again, her hand is just kind of tucked behind her on this side. And the shorts are coming out this way. And then she's got just like some little jean strand stuff going up on the bottom here. And then I'm gonna draw the hand that's kind of coming down first so that I can get all of those, like, detail lines and stuff just kind of nice. Shoulders coming out a little bit. And then this first finger is kind of curled in. And so is the second one. And the third one, and then the pinky is kind of just out, you know? Nudge, nudge. Nudge, nudge, pinky. This is gonna be so cute, I think. I think it's coming out really good, guys. I am not good at practicing. And especially if I don't get it like kind of intuitively or right away. I don't really want to. It's hard for me to just do basic practice. Basic butt practice. But basic butt practice is important. And then some pockets in here. Some jean wrinkles. And then there's some little frayed stuff coming off of this side too, but it's not quite all the dangly bits on this side, so I'm just gonna rough up the edge there. That's pretty good, guys. I don't even hate that. Mm. And our reference, our little our little model here is wearing a branded t-shirt, so I'm gonna just put like a smiley face. But that looks pretty good, I think. I don't hate it. If you guys hate it, go ahead and tell me and I'll still just draw cat. Uh, but if you also don't hate it, I think I'm gonna keep drawing this other one. Maybe we can make this one not terrible also. Wouldn't that be crazy? Crazy, guys. And then She's got some kind of thick, dark, sad looking eyebrows. And we're looking more at her face, so I'm gonna try and make the features a little bit more visible on that one. And then I'm gonna try and flatten out her hair a little bit, because I did make her hair kind of poofy again. And it is pretty flat. And there we go. That's a lot less terrible. And then kind of bring this arm a little bigger, because it's getting a little bit closer to us, but it's not big exaggerated yet. And this one is the one where I probably have the most chance to screw up, but we're gonna try. This perspective on the hand is gonna be a little weird, I think. Okay, okay. Not the worst. Still not the worst. And then let's bring the other hip out. Guys, I think we're doing it. This is crazy. What is even happening right now? Sorry, I know I don't sound excited. I'm just I'm focusing really hard. I want it to work. Uh I think it is working though. It's kind of crazy. I was really kind of just not expecting it to, honestly. We have some little things on the pant shorts. And her pant shorts are kind of just more like shorts. They're not like cut off jeans, so I'm gonna give them some little hems. And then she's got kind of like a high neck mesh thing with like a dark cut off. And her hair is all dark, so I'm just gonna color that in. Guys, they're looking down at us. Can you see it? Is it working? I think it's working. And then some more little wrinkles, but not big old jean wrinkles because these ones are just kind of shorts. Guys, they're so cute. Guys, they're so cute. Look at them. I think I'm gonna scoot that arm in a little bit. But look at them. That came out so good, I think. I cannot tell you how many times I've tried to get this to work, and it's just not. It's actually crazy that this is working right now. Ah, guys, they're looking down at us. Oh my god. Imagine practice is like good for stuff. It's crazy. Don't tell anybody I told you that. It's a secret. Everyone's gotta figure it out themselves, apparently. Ugh. But look at this. It do look like they're looking down at us, and it doesn't even, I mean, they are like warped a little different, but not enough that I notice it right away. I do notice it as I'm staring a little bit, but honestly, it could just also look a little bit like the darker haired girl is just like standing a little taller. Isn't like she's warped a little bit more in the lens. I like it, guys. I think that one came out so good. Look at it. Okay, well here we can sit and talk for a second and stare at it. Cause I don't know if I have really got the time to start another one or really feel up to that honestly after look at this. Look at it. I mean, how am I gonna beat that honestly? That's so cute. Oh wait, hold on. We didn't give our little t-shirt girl choker. There we go. Ta-da! It's so good, guys. Here, I'm out of coffee. So I will sip water, I guess. Water is also good for you. Especially with allergies. Allergies are like actually just terrible, guys. I hope you guys uh have less allergies than me cuz they are just kind of stupid. Like why can't my body just stop trying to kill me, you know? Ugh. Well, at least, what isn't trying to kill me today? Artwork. Because it came out so good. But I think that is all I want to do for it today, guys. Um, I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys thought this was an okay use of our collective time today, because I thought that came out really good, and it's nice to have you guys about for when I want to do something tricky, like perspective or whatever the frick, I can pretend it's like cool to be messing up because I'm on camera. Yay! I'm, I don't even know how much of that is me being facetious. Honestly, I'm just here. I'm trying. But this one did come out good. I really did like how this one came out. Not all of the practice stuff ends up working this nice, I don't think. So that was really cool. And hopefully I can maybe even use this method for some other stuff. Maybe I can like use the points of reference thing to translate some other 2D images in my brain to paper. That would be cool. Maybe we'll figure out some other stuff. Uh, but yeah, I hope you guys liked this one. If you stuck around to right here, thanks for doing that. And I appreciate all you guys chatting it up today. That was fun, or engaging whenever. And I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me and seeing this cute little girly friend couple sitting next to each other at the end bench here. Uh, and hopefully I can get some more cool art to come out of my brain, even with Inktober being over. And if you guys want to see any of the Inktober stuff, those are all up on the Reddit now. Or if you guys want to see them uh, on YouTube, those should be up soon, I think, for all of Inktober. And yeah, and if you guys want to see the rest of this video, you missed some of it, go ahead and check out the VOD when I get off here, or if you want to see it on YouTube, those are usually up by next week when I'm back, or if you want to come back and just check out some brand new content, I will have some brand new content for you guys next week. If you guys want to check me out anywhere else, I have all of my links in my bio, and thanks for coming to hang out. Hope you guys have a lovely week. Be nice. Have a good day. Breathe some air, all that jazz. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.